Hey everyone, my name is Heather Lewis. Welcome to our No Sleep Till Ambassador call. This is our team call tonight, and we are going to discuss parties. This might be a shorter call because I just have some notes that I want to go over with you, a couple of different ideas for parties and different things like that. And so we're going to go ahead and just get started and jump right into it. When I was thinking about parties this week and how I wanted to do this call, I basically just started brainstorming. So I started writing down, a bunch of different ideas. So I'm going to I'm going to read them to you because there's a ton of ideas in here. If you choose to use them, great. If there's just a few in there that you like and you want to tweak that into your business, that'll be wonderful. So basically, I have different ways that you can get parties. You're going to want to use social media, fan pages. You can host an open house, get parties on the books from open house. So basically, at your open house, if you have somebody interested in throwing a party, get that on your schedule. You're going to want to ask some friends if they want to have a party for you, and the same thing, get parties on your books from your friend's party. Same thing with your family. Get your family to host a party for you and get some parties on your books from that. You're going to get parties from blitzing, and you're going to want to use the scavenger hunts. You can send out mass emails. You're going to want to go through your hundreds list. In reference with that, to do your hundreds list, go through your memory jogger. With your memory jogger, that's basically going to kind of help pick your brain some. I want you to go through your Facebook friends and send them personal messages. Send text messages to every single person in your phone. You're going to want to work on your 20-point system. You're going to want to share posts on your Facebook. Go to vendor events and collect business card information. When you collect a business card, obviously they're going to have an email in there. So start an email group. And in that email, then you're going to want to send them different things throughout the month. Go to the Better Business Bureau, get the listings of all of their members, and fill up your emails that way too. You can host a wine and facial party, which I love. You can host a coffee bar and facial party, which are super fun. You talk to everyone, everywhere. You ask. Every single thing that you do, you're going to want to brand it. From your car to your clothes, emails, texts, Facebooks. Brand your business so that people know to contact you. You're going to want to represent your business. Become a product of the product. When you become a product of the product and people start seeing the difference in you, then they're going to absolutely start contacting you. I want you to look on your Facebook, because people talk a lot, and they talk a lot about their problems. They can't sleep. So go through your list of people and think about their problems, and then introduce them to our products in a personal message. Hey, I was thinking about you. Have you ever tried this? Always wear your black, green, and bling. Build a portfolio and have people help you. Let them know that you're working on building your own portfolio, because I think that that's important, because, of course, if you're on my team, you can use my pictures and so forth, but the most important thing is for you to build your own, because those are your customers, those are your contacts, and then you have the stories for them, and that means so much more, right? So you're going to want to work on that a lot. You'll work on starting your own YouTube channel, and this is actually something that Jenny and I started doing. And I'm going to tell you something. It's kind of fun, because you can pick different topics to talk about, and if somebody watches it, great. If not, that's fine too. The one thing I have noticed is when I make a YouTube video and I put it on YouTube, and if I share it onto Facebook, on Facebook I can see how many people have viewed it, but it doesn't give me the real numbers on YouTube. So always, don't be so alarmed whenever you see the amount of people that have seen something, okay? Um, this is really important. I want you to learn to build yourself to Ruby. That is a simple step when you learn to build yourself to Ruby, and then you start teaching it to your team. You teach your team how to get to Ruby. I know that so many of us want to focus on Diamond, but we all know that you have to crawl before you walk, and you need to hit Ruby before you hit anything. And if you hit your Ruby and then you're able to teach it to your team, and then your team is hitting Rubies, then what happens? Your team starts to grow, so then therefore you'll start to become a Diamond. So it is basic steps in order to get to Diamond, so it's very attainable, but that's just something important. So always focus on your next promotion that's at hand. Like, know what you need. You can hold events for school fundraisers. Choose a cause and represent it. The cause that I like to work with a lot is breast cancer. And, I mean, because you can choose anything, I choose something that's personable to me. And my mom had a mastectomy, and then I actually had a huge breast cancer scare, and it has, stuck with me. And the outreach that I got during that scare was pretty amazing to me. So I think that, when a company allows you to give back and doesn't put any holds on you, and the fact that you can choose where you would like to help is pretty impressive. So choose a fundraiser and, put a cause with it and start working your business that way. The one thing you're going to want to absolutely do, and a lot of times we forget this because we get so wrapped up in business. Actually, I don't forget it because I think I enjoy myself pretty much every day. But make sure you're enjoying yourself, that you're putting smiles on people's faces, because people want to work with other people that are enjoyable, right? You don't want to work with a negative Nelly. Look for people who you can help. Always remember that as you are looking for distributors or that people are starting to contact you, think about people and the situations that they can be in and think, how can I help you? How can I help you? Right? Because obviously you came on the team for a reason, and I'm pretty sure that you have a pretty awesome story behind you. So think about people that you can help, because I think that you always get paid back like a tenfold whenever you're helping other people. Have your Facebook friends tag you on their raps. If you rap somebody, or let's say one of your friends wants a rap, but they're not in the same state as you, and you end up sending them a rap, have them tag you in the picture of them rapping, so that you're getting recognition for the work that you're doing. I think that's really important. Find out during bridal season comes a few times a year. I think it's 2 times a year when they have huge events. Start doing bridal parties, engagement parties. You're going to want to attend all different kinds of events and get to know people, even if you're not at the event per se as a vendor, but you can always collect business cards and information and look at what other people are doing. Look at what you like and how you would like to run your business. Maybe for me, for instance, when I do an event, I basically went through and was like, oh, how do I set up for an event? What am I going to put on my table? I want my table to be interesting. I want it to be targeted, obviously, around it works, but I want it to have, a part of me in it. So I took a bunch of different ideas that I've seen from other people, and I made it my own. And I like that because it's me. This is something that I'm going to be working on this month, and I think that it would be pretty powerful in a lot of different ways. Make a slideshow movie. As you're building your portfolio, you're going to have tons and tons and tons of pictures. And instead of having a brag book, why not make a DVD out of it? And this is something that you can put to fun music. Like our theme song is Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys. Put that song on there, put a slideshow onto it so it's upbeat and it catches people's attention. And then when you're at a party, you pop in that DVD, you have it running on the television, the music's playing, And they're not having to go through your phone or go through your brag book. It's just, popping up. And as, they get bored, they're obviously going to glance over at the TV. And then if you have potential people that want to get wrapped, to burn a DVD, costs literally nothing. So make your own sticker, slap it on that DVD, put it in a nice sleeve, some information about yourself, send it off to people. That's a huge marketing tool, and that's actually something I'm going to start working on this week. A couple other things. I found a document that's called 101 different, party ideas, and I pulled a couple of things off of there, but I will share this document on the page for you guys. But some of the ones that stuck out to me that I liked is send catalogs, snail mail to different people, maybe different people that you've worked with in the past, or, for me, I've lived a lot of different places in my life, so I have a lot of different contacts all over the United States, especially because, my ex-husband used to be military, right? So I can obviously send snail mail to those people, and that would be pretty good. Put mini catalogs in with your bill payments. Put a Blitz card in with your bill payment. When you go to the bank and you make a transaction, leave a Blitz card for the next person. Whenever I go to the grocery store and I get my bags, I get my bags, but then there's always the next person's going to come and use bags. I always put Blitz cards in them, right? I always pass them forward. This is also something that I'm going to start working on come April. I think this would be huge. Post a health show at an office during lunch. Think about all the different offices, factories, what have you. A lot of times insurances make people pay extra money if they are overweight or a certain percentage of BMI. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the smoking. Some businesses you can't get a job if you smoke. But this way, all the businesses want their employees to be healthy so that then you're going to be more productive for them. So I do believe that a lot of offices and factories and different things like that would be interested in having a health fair during their lunch. It's just something you can set up so that people are going to stop by and see you. Start a registry for brides. I think that this would be a really good you can do it for birthdays or let's say significant others, right? Okay, so my birthday is getting ready to come up. My guy's like, what do you want for your birthday? And then you get sick and tired of telling somebody what you want for your birthday, right? It gets old. But if I could register with somebody, like an It Works person, and make a wish list and then give my information over to the It Works person, and then they can contact my guy via email or whatever and say, hey, I was talking to your girl and da-da-da-da. She made a wish list, so if you're interested in purchasing anything from me, I have her wish list right here waiting for you. Right? It just eases up his mind some. Treat your hostesses for your parties to a special breakfast or tea. And I want you to think about this because this is really big marketing. If every single thing that we do is super cookie cutter, it gets old and it's not fun. But the one thing that we always want to do is make sure that our hostesses feel special. So you love on them so much at your parties and you make sure that they get extra stuff. But even after the party, say, hey, I just wanted to take you out to breakfast, or hey, did you want to come over to my house and let's have some tea so you can talk about the party? Because if this hostess is interested in joining the business, this could be a real good time to seal the deal for you. This is huge, huge, huge. Follow through with every single lead that you get. Follow through with every single lead that you get. If you are not doing this, you are losing money. If you are not following through with your leads, you are losing money. Think about it. If I actually signed into a place, if you were doing a scavenger hunt and I fill out the information, send me emails, send me information. If they ask to to not be a part of it, it's fine. Take them off of the list. But follow through with your people, because I think this is where a lot of people fail. Have your friends, family, grandkids, whatever, start wearing It Works gear. Represent your business and what it is that you're doing. Especially like my daughter. I mean, she wears my It Works shirts to school. People ask about it, and then she's like, Mom, I need to take a Butts card to school. One of my teachers want it. I'm like, cool, make them a little gift bag, and she takes it off to school, and there you go. Before I go into that one.
Heather, can I interrupt before you start again?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go on your eSuite, there are leads that I even forget about sometimes. So we need to be checking our eSuite daily. If you go under Reports, and right to the right, there's a little box that says Organizational Explorer. If you pull that down all the way to where it says Leads, you can see anybody that has visited your eSuite or your website who wants more information. So don't forget to be checking that daily. Sorry.
No, yeah, that's good information. I think that this here could be super important for some people. Have a neighborhood get a cleaning party. It Works style. How much fun would that be? Do not ever prejudge anyone ever, whether or not they want to come into the business or try the products. It is not your job to decide whether or not somebody has enough money to do something or enough time to do something. It is their job. It is not our job to know everything that's going on in their lives, okay? Try every single idea that you've done, try it all again. Just because it didn't work the first time doesn't mean it's not going to work the second time. And just because something does work the first time doesn't mean that it'll work a second time. So always be switching it up. Always be looking for something new. Make sure that you have cars. So get the decals for your cars. You can go through the My It Works store and get those. And I know, like, Jennifer, you have a decal in your car, and I know that you look for certain parking whenever you go places, right, just so you can show off what's on your car.
Yeah, I actually park as close as possible to certain stores, certain health food stores, everything like that, just so the people that are coming out of those stores can see that decal. I haven't put one on the brand new car yet, but when I had it, that's what I did, and I actually got a lot of calls off of it.
Yeah, you will. And like if you go somewhere and you're in like Walmart shopping, how many people are coming into the Walmart parking lot and seeing your information? Or you're just driving. I mean, that's a lot of advertising. I think I mentioned this before, but start an email group for your customers. And I want you to make certain emails and get really seriously into this. Send them special monthly newsletters just from you. What products do you want to introduce to your customers monthly? You decide. You decide what specials that they should have. This is your business. Take control of it. You need to stay in contact with your customers. You need to find out truly, really what their goals are, and you need to help them reach them. It's not they're just coming on as a loyal customer and you don't ever talk to them again. That's not fair, right? When we have a new product, you should be calling all of your customers and saying, oh, my gosh, hey, how's it going? Did you hear or see my picture on Facebook? Did you hear about the new product? You know, or we have this special running, or right now I'm doing this. You know, keep them involved, get them included. Okay.
One more thing with the loyal customers, with your distributors. You know, you're not just making contacts to sell. You have friends for life. If you actually keep in contact and make it personal, they're your new great friends. I mean, they're awesome. So send them
I think
thank you cards, you know.
I think like this is really important, like something that we've done. How many people, Jenny, have we met over the last 2 years that are now our friends just because they're working on the same kind of goal that we are?
I would say at least 400 or 500.
And isn't that pretty amazing?
Oh, yeah.
Like, to me, I'm just like, that's just crazy. Like, people all across, the United States, and maybe we've never met them before, but they're working on a goal, so then, we end up becoming friends with them. And I love that. I love that. Because we can help.
And 3 years ago, I mean, between the two of us, honestly, 3 years ago, we didn't have, but a handful of good friends. And now look at it. I mean, I've got loyal customers that have been with me since the start, simply because we make contact with them. I make it personal. Ask how their family's doing, respond to their posts on Facebook. We add them into little groups we have, and they just have a blast at it.
I totally agree. Because we're fun people. Just kidding. No, but we are. Okay, so now that those are just basically my brainstorming ideas. When you sit down to brainstorm, you basically, anything that floods to your brain, you just write it down. There are no completely right answers. There are no wrong answers. It's just an idea. And if there's one that you like, then tweak it and really get into it. For instance, I want you to think of the big picture. I want you to picture a calendar. Every single day you should have your monthly layout right in front of you, okay? Break it down. There are 4 weeks in a month. So one of those weeks, you need to claim it as your own. That week is going to be your party week where you're hosting something at your place. If you don't like your place and you want to rent a little place, then do that. But then think about how you want to do the party. Okay, this week am I going to do a wine and facial party? And next week I'm going to do a coffee bar party. Next month I'm going to do, welcome to the neighborhood, let's all get acquainted party. Just a regular wrap party. These are ways that you're going to get new people all the time. So every single month you should be hosting your own event with at least 5 people there. Okay? So when you pick out that week, you mark down the day, and then think about it just like any other party. Any other party, if it didn't have to do with business, if you were just going to throw yourself a birthday party, you want people to come, and you want people to have a good time. It's the same concept. You want people to come, and you wanted them to enjoy themselves and try the products that you have. Okay? So you work on that party. You actually focus on it. You figure out who is it that you're going to invite. Sit down and handwrite invitations and send it snail mail. Like, that means so much more to people sometimes than getting an email, because I know myself, sometimes I get emails, I don't even open them, right? Snail mail, I think, if I got a card in the mail, it's getting opened. It's not going to sit there because I'm going to be like, ooh, what's this, right, because I'm nosy. That's just me. But if I get an email and you're sending me party information, I might miss it because it's an email. We get hundreds of them every day. But we don't get snail mail anymore. So you make it really personalized, and you work on the theme. So let's say, for instance, like, I thought about this, and I thought, you know what, this would be a really great business partner. If you live anywhere by a winery, you need to make an appointment with that winery and say, you know what, I would love to host a party here. But this is the reason that I want to host a party here. Because, one, you want to get more familiar with their wines. Because if you're going to be having wine and facial parties, you want to make sure that you're able to give like a pretty good presentation. And if you're using their wines, then they're a good business partner for you. So it would be in their best interest for you to host a little event there, right? So just always look at like different avenues and just get into it. So you're going to work on the list of who you're going to invite. You're going to work on the theme of the party. And then you're going to work on the execution of it. You're going to want to make sure you have your products there. so that people can use them. It's like, springtime is coming. People are going to be outside grilling. So have a grill party, healthy stuff. And just, get your wheels turning and put it on the books and claim it. So if we're looking at a year's time, every single month you're doing a party at your house, then that's 12 parties a year that you're claiming. Can you host 12 parties? Yes, you can. Now I want you to look at the calendar, and I want you to think to yourself, Saturday mornings are really slow at my house. So maybe I want to have, some people over for coffee and facials. So design a little coffee bar in your house and set it like that it's a certain date. Maybe it's the first Saturday of every month, and then, people start coming, and then you'll be pretty amazed at how much that group of people will be by the end of the year. And it's just a bunch of people getting together, having some coffee, and trying on facials. So that's 2 events that you would be doing for yourself. Now you got 3 open weeks, all right? You should be picking 3 people that you want to work with, that you want to have a party for you every single month. You're going to help them set up an event page. You're going to introduce the product, answer any of their people's questions. You're going to get people excited about their party. So you get that on your calendar, okay? So that's another 3 parties on your books, right? So right now you got 5 contacts with people because you're hosting the party, there's 3 other people, and then your coffee bar. You need to look at your business like if you worked, I hate to say it, if you worked in a factory, when you go to the factory, if you don't know how to do a certain thing, you're going to fake it until you make it, okay? Because if they see that you don't know how to do such and such, you're going to lose your job. And you can't lose your job because then you're not going to have money to pay your bills, right? So what do? We try to work as hard as what we can, as fast as what we can, and we learn, right? So you're working in this factory, you finally get it, and now you're good to go, right? But you faked it until you made it, because if that supervisor walked past you and saw you fumbling through stuff, you're out the door, okay? You need to take as much, everything that you would do for somebody else that you would do at their business, and you need to put it into your business. So when you're looking at that calendar, that is the reference to everything that you're going to do in the month. You write it down so you can do it. You write it down so you can do it. For instance, like I've scheduled this party, this party, okay? Now I'm going to schedule my family time. I'm going to write off the family time, whatever time that is. I'm going to go back through, and I'm going to say, you know what, Tuesdays, maybe Tuesdays are going to be just about me and my personal development and how I can become a great leader for my team. Maybe Wednesdays I'm going to pick a product to learn about. Maybe on Thursdays I'm going to work on branding pictures. Maybe I'm branding my business. There's different things that you can work on every single day that you should be doing for your business. And I don't have time, I don't know people, I don't care. I don't know people here. I live in an area where I do not know people, but yet I've continued to grow. Your business is not going to come from the people you know. It's going to come from people that you don't. Okay? And every single one of you that listen to this call or that are on this call right now, I want you to just ask yourself a simple little question. Have you ever met me face to face? No, you haven't. Would you walk right past me if you seen me? Yes, you would. Because you don't know me, right? So somehow you're on my team. Somehow you're listening to this call, and there's a reason for that. So I think of the bigger picture. But I want you to break down your month. Now, as you're breaking down your month, you want to think about the goals that you've set for yourself. And you might make I'm going to complete the steps to success. Okay? So maybe it's by the 9th of the month, I need to have 2 new loyal customers, right? And 1 distributor. But I always set like a time date, like time and date it. Like, it has to be done by then. It has to be done by then. So then my wheels start turning and I'm working my business. Because if that supervisor walks past you, what's going to happen? He's going to fire you if you're not doing it. So your business is not going to grow if you're not completing your goals, right? So always, always, always remember that. Now, at a party, we did hit on this last week a little bit. We're just going to hit on it a little bit more. You're at the party, and what is it that you should be doing? And you're going to want to have a wrap room separated off from where everybody else is, so that people are comfortable showing you their bellies. Never, ever make people wrap each other. I know. I know that I hear other It Works people saying that, and I will just tell you something. If you invited me to a party and you thought for 1 second that somebody else in that room was going to wrap me and see my stomach, you have now just lost a customer and you have offended me, and I will leave. So give people their personal time. Have their own the private wrap room. You take every single person back into that private wrap room. The fat fighter demonstration, if you don't know how to do it, you need to be working on it. There are YouTube videos out there that you can watch how to do it. Do it a couple of times before you present it at a party. For me, like I told you last week, I do not chop up my fat fighters and everything before I get there, because we're at a party and I want people to have fun. I want them to be included in the party. So I actually get the fat fighters and give the pills to somebody and let them chop it up. Somebody else is doing the water and the oil, and then, they sprinkle it on top and they're doing the project, not me. I already know it works. They need to see that it works. The lip and eye cream demo, obviously you're going to be putting the wraps on people, the facials on people, the greens facials. Always going to want to make sure that your hostesses feel extremely loved on. Something you are going to want to invest in your business is the toxic pH strips. That's the best investment ever. You're going to want to introduce the greens, both the berry and oranges. And I actually talked to another distributor that's on a sideline. She doesn't like the berry. She doesn't like the orange. She just thought that the orange was too bitter. So she said she orders both the berry and orange and she mixes it together, 1 scoop of each. And I thought, no, why didn't I think of that? So you can try that too. You have to have fun at your parties and make sure that the other people are having fun too. And how is it whenever you go back into the wrap room, the private wrap room, and you ask somebody, do you want to spend money wrapping or do you want to make money wrapping? It becomes that simple. Let them decide. Jenny, do you have anything? I've just been rambling and rambling.
I did, but give me a second because I think I lost it. I didn't write it down as you were talking.
I know I've just been rambling and rambling. It's just because that was seriously, it was just me brainstorming, different things to do. What would be fun?
You know what? Yeah, I do remember. In the wrap room, when you get somebody first in there, they're going to be asking questions. How does this work? I've got high blood pressure. I'm taking this. I'm taking that. Can I wrap with it? And that opens you up to talk about more products. Somebody with high blood pressure, you can tell them about the fat fighters, or somebody that has depression, you can tell them about the Confianza. There's so many different products that you can kind of, I don't want to use the word upsell, but introduce them to.
Yeah.
Besides that wrap, because that wrap's just getting you into the door. Exactly. All right, I can't even tell you the countless things that the greens have done for me. And if I wasn't introduced to that wrap, I would have never known. I would still be on the same medications for my ailments that I'm on or that I was on, and I would probably still be miserable. So don't ever think that introducing somebody to another product is a bad idea or it won't work because, you know, you're a little fly in their ear. And maybe they want to get off their medicines they're taking. Maybe they want to try a natural approach, and that's what we are. That's all I got right now.
Exactly. Something just popped in my head, and then, you know, it totally ran out the door when I went to open my mouth. Give me a second. Oh, I want you guys to seriously, and I know we say it all the time, but it is so very important. This is probably the most important thing that you can do in your business. You have got to get out of your own way. You have to do that. If you believe that paying $25 for a wrap is too expensive, every single person that you meet is going to think that. If you believe that the products are not going to help or that you're scared that they're not going to help somebody, every single person that you come across is going to think that too. And then you're going to wonder why. Okay? A lot of times it's us. You need to look in the mirror and start working on your own personal development. You have to do this. This is like, I had to work very, very hard on my personal development because I had a lot of things that were happening in my life, and it is so easy to say, this is happening because such and such, such and such. The biggest problem was who was looking me in the mirror, and that's me. So I had to fix it. I had to change it. So I started to learn, and then I started to like it. And I really am enjoying the person that I'm becoming. I enjoy helping everyone, which, a lot of people are always like, I'm not a salesperson. You don't have to be a salesperson to do this. It's not even what this is about. Do you like to help people? Because if you don't like to help people, you don't need to be on my team. That is the last thing in the world that I want. Because everything that we do is because of our customers, and it should make sense. It should make sense to them. So work on your personal development. I don't know. You know you better than me. I'm not sitting here saying it's, you need to do this X, Y, and Z, No. I want you to figure out what needs to change inside of you to make you better. Okay? Usually when you're at a JOB, you get to learn a bunch of stuff about a bunch of crap that you have no interest in knowing about. Like, if you're in a factory, you might have to learn about some stupid machine and all the 100,000 different ways to fix it. You don't have that machine no more. It's you. Just fix you. Start working on you. Start developing you. If you are a negative Nelly, and I see you blasting mean stuff and bad stuff and hurtful stuff on Facebook, I'm not going to do business with you. If I see that you're always having a bad day, I'm not going to do business with you. Because we're talking about our health, right? We're talking about looking better and feeling better. So why would I want to put a negative Nelly as one of my resources to reach out and help me with? I wouldn't, right? I certainly wouldn't want to join a team of somebody that isn't confident in what they're doing, okay? And that's something a lot of people need to work on, is you need to get some confidence about the products that you're selling and using, because our products are amazing, truly, seriously amazing. So your personal development is so very important to you and your business. And the way you look, the way you present yourself on Facebook is the way that people assume that your life is. So remember that. What is the word I'm looking for, Jennifer? Don't what? Like, I can tell you in the last year, since I have consciously thought about the things that I put on Facebook, and I thought before I posted everything, I'm like, will this help my business or will this hinder my business? I have only posted 2 bad things on Facebook. One, because if I didn't, Lord have mercy, I was going to snap. But I literally posted them, and then I took them right down because I thought this was going to really hurt my business.
So what is Mike Patillo? What is his status with It Works? Because I really don't remember. He's like 3rd from the top. Is he marketing? Heather? What is Mike Patillo's? Is he marketing?
He's like one of the main head guys.
Okay. So I was able to ask him a question, and that was what Heather was talking about, just different ways to boost your business on social media. And, you know, these people are, the higher-ups are very hard to get a hold of. So when I was given this opportunity, I went, okay, I'm going to ask the question. His biggest thing was don't puke on Facebook. Don't be negative. Don't constantly say, you know, like what Heather was talking about just now. I'm having a bad day. You know, my boyfriend dumped me. I'm sorry to hear that, but if you constantly are negative, nobody's going to want to be on your team. Nobody's going to want to order from you. They're just going to go to the next person in line and do it there.
Now, that doesn't mean that every single thing in your life is perfect, right? It doesn't mean that you don't have problems and obstacles and trials and tribulations just like everybody else in the world. It just means that Facebook is not the place for it. I mean, we tend to think as people that, oh, somebody did this, I need to blast it on Facebook. No, you don't. Because everybody in the world is going to know in about 2.7 seconds. And that's not okay. So always think about, will this hurt my business if I put this on Facebook? Will this hurt my business? Now, Jennifer, I know I didn't mention anything to you, but what do you do for your personal development, and how far have you come in this last year? Because I will just tell you, we joined not too far apart, and obviously you're like one of my best friends in the world, but I've also seen you grow into a great leader, And what do you do as far as, like, your personal development?
I actually I use the internet a lot. I get on the, not the self-help sites, but the, what's the word? The coaching sites that, they teach you how to be a good leader. It's not necessarily even with Facebook. I mean, these are just common sense things you can do, and I'll post that later where I go. Common sense things you can do to help boost your business. And it's the same anywhere, whether you're selling Avon or It Works. So that's about it. I always, you will not find me not on a team call, if that makes sense. There's double negative there.
But you've grown so much, and I, honest to God, I have no idea what it is that you're going to say when I ask you this, and because you're my friend. You notice how I'm, like, beating around the bush here with this? Because I'm like, I totally can't believe I'm going to put this on a recorded call. So you knew me before It Works, and obviously you know me now. Do you see a difference in the person that I've become?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You're not griping as much as you used to. You're happier.
I feel less stressed,
Yeah. I mean, there's some days where I enjoy calling you and listening to you yell, but, it's not as much anymore because you're not doing it as much.
And I will just tell you, that is so funny because, honestly, when she does call me and if I'm working on something and I'm yelling and I'll be like, I'm just going to let you go because I have to figure this out, she'll be like, no, I'm just going to listen. She listens. And she kills me with that every time. I'm just like, oh, gosh. And she'll literally sit there and listen, and she'll be like, are you done? I'm like, yeah. So it's funny.
I like hearing the personal drama, too, because I'm in the background going, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then sometimes she's like, say this, yeah, that was good. It's funny. So, I mean, yes, we all have, like, go ahead. No, go.
Okay, there's always somebody to talk to, so you don't have to, keep on Facebook. If you need to, message one of us, call one of us.
Exactly. And I will just tell you something, like, I have to share this with you guys. I went through my numbers and all that kind of stuff, and so I have literally physically been in the business for 1 year as of March 2nd, and then I started, like, seriously partying, was it March 22nd last year, and that's when my business and my life completely changed. It was actually on that day. And since then, now have 89 distributors on my team, and am in 14 different states. And to me, that's amazing. And I'm like, what? And that's awesome. So, I mean, obviously, people look for you to become a leader. And I will just tell you, like, I don't believe that I'm one of the best leaders in all the world, and I have a lot of things to still work on. But I try to do my absolute best for you guys, and I try to always be there for you. If you have questions, I try to always be available. And if I don't know something, I usually try to find out for you. But I have just been impressed with this entire journey and just where it's leading me, and I can't wait to see what this next year brings, because I don't know about you, but it's funny, like, how business is working, because honestly, it was like just the other day some things started happening in the business, and I was like, holy crap, it was like somebody just put like a ton of gasoline on the business, and like it just like retook off again, and then I was like, wow. So to me, this has been pretty impressive, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys grow and see, how you guys develop into wonderful leaders throughout this next year, because I think it's going to be an amazing year. I hope you guys are all ready for it. And I'm going to leave you with this. Do you have anything else, Jennifer?
Yeah. Her fuel is basically my team right now. Over the past couple days, it has literally exploded. And it's person after person after person signing up. So here's my challenge to you. The next 2 people that come up to me this month and tell me they've completed their steps to success, I'm going to get you something that I know will truly benefit your business, and it will help you a lot in parties. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but just know you're going to get a big gift from me. So if you message me, and we can verify that you've completed your steps to success, which is 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors before the end of this month, because we're all pushing for that diamond, that $10,000 bonus, I'm going to get you a gift on top of that.
Awesome. Can I go for that? I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. Awesome. I think that it's going to be wonderful, and I'm looking forward, seriously, every single month, everybody across the board needs to be completing their steps to success. We have, 8 days left in this month, so you need to figure out still what you need. If you are just working on your last 4 loyal customers, make sure you get those in by the end of the month. And if you have any parties that are coming up, or that want to be scheduled, make sure you're scheduling them before the end of the month, because if you have a distributor that's going to be in that party that wants to join the team and they can go after $10,000 too, you don't want to stop them from having that opportunity, okay? So I'm going to leave you with this. I want every single person that hears this call to go out and blitz. I want you to complete the scavenger hunt. I want it to be completed by the end of this week, okay? So you have a 2-hour call next week. I want you to have fun with it. And remember, life is a blitz, so you need to start living it. And I'm going to go ahead and end this call. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.